From the Detroit Free Press, it's Monday, May 3rd. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
Reporting for the Detroit Free Press, I'm Mariam Marini. A Michigan family is raising money for their son's face transplant after a suicide attempt left him disfigured. Derek Pfaff attempted suicide in March of 2014 and has now undergone 58 surgeries. He hopes his last will be a face transplant at the Cleveland Clinic. Derek has already been approved as a candidate for the rare procedure. The surgery is incredibly high risk, and typically only those with extreme cases are approved. The Pfaff family, who lives in Harbor Beach, Michigan, which is located on the Thumb, has been rejected by their insurance company 3 times and is now raising money on GoFundMe. For more on Derek's story and to hear from the Pfaff family, visit thefreep.com.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. How's this for a big fish story? A U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service crew caught a 240-pound sturgeon last week. It's 6'10" with a girth of nearly 4 feet. It's native and threatened species to Michigan and one of the largest lake sturgeon ever caught in the United States. More than that, it also shows how much business, climate change, and the destruction of habitats have affected natural wildlife over the years, and why the federal agency is trying to save the species. This fish was caught and released by a crew in a boat near Grosse Ile. Within minutes, the photo posted to social media started going viral. The 3 scientists who caught it were on the Detroit River last Thursday and had been fishing for a while, they said. They had 5 lines in the water. The first 3 lines came up empty, but then, just before noon, they felt a tug. 5 or 6 minutes and a few failed attempts later to net the fish, they finally got it. Normally, they'd all take a photo holding the fish, but this one was so big that they laid it down in the boat and snapped an image with one of them lying next to it.
This is Lily Altavina for the Detroit Free Press. Ann Arbor Public School students fall into 2 categories this spring. There are the roomies and there are the zoomies. Roomies are the students who attend school in person twice a week. Zoomies beam into class virtually. Ann Arbor is about a month into a hybrid school format for younger grades, where students, by their parent or caregiver's choice, attend school in person a few days a week. At least 400,000 students across Michigan are learning in districts offering hybrid school options, according to March data from Michigan State University. Depending on the district, the model puts some students back in school in person, at least for a few days of the week, while allowing others to remain remote by choice amid a statewide spike in COVID-19 cases. But the model is receiving mixed reviews from parents and teachers. To hear what they had to say, head to freep.com.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. The Detroit Lions wrapped up their 2021 NFL Draft over the weekend. There is a heavy West Coast flavor from GM Brad Holmes. 4 of the 7 draft picks are from the Pac-12, led by Penei Sewell from Oregon, who went in the first round at the number 7 spot. Lions beat writer Dave Burkett says that the Lions did exactly what they needed to do in terms of checking off all the boxes for their 2021 NFL Draft strategy.
In round 3, big adding some beef, positions of need, certainly, and in both aspects. I mean, the Lions needed some help on the right side of their line. And then, we've talked about the lack of I guess, depth, presence, pass rush on the defensive line for years. So it seemed like both of those players fill some needs. And then they come back to defense again in round 3 with Ifeatu Melifonwu, the cornerback from Syracuse, big, long cornerback. So 3 defensive players in round 2, 3 big picks out of the first 4 picks that the Lions had. Again, it seemed like there were some pretty clear objectives from Brad Holmes, the way the board played out. And I have no problem with either of those objectives, right? Getting better in the trenches. I think that's just a staple of the NFL, right? That's how good teams build a lot of times, because so many games start and really are won up front there. And then, number 2 was getting better defensively. And look, the Lions had the worst defense in the NFL last year, the worst in franchise history.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.